anybody who wants to be of substance in the life of someone else should be open to the ideas and the knowledge that others offer, especially if they're seeking to achieve the same objective. So participating in this forum just gives us a platform to come together with people who are sharing a unified vision, but they're looking at that vision through the lens of their own experience and giving us that openness to understand through different lenses what we could actually achieve together.
In terms of what I'm getting out of PQMD, a lot. I think the best part of PQMD is not only the content, but it's also this opportunity to see all of the partners that we interact with all the time and are working together to make a difference with. So that's what I've enjoyed most about this meeting.
The reason I think PQMD is particularly vital in a conversation of this nature is it's a very good example of the sort of cross-sectoral, multi-organizational construction that many of these, not just climate, but many of these 21st challenges require. And so to have international organizations, private sector organizations, research organizations working from different perspectives on the same problem is actually if you like, a concrete example of the sort of work that we're going to need to do around
climate. We are faced with a myriad of threats in this world, but we need to create the resilient systems that can help us withstand those threats, and we need to create the ongoing, long-term, sustained partnerships that we can bring to bear to address these challenges. So thanks so much for the opportunity to be a part of this great forum.
PQMD is an organization that's been doing really terrific work for many, many years in the delivery of material, supplies, and healthcare aid around the world. PQMD works with the tech sector in a variety of ways, and more importantly, you also work with the international nonprofit sector in a variety of ways. Many of the PQMD members and participants are actually also NetHope members and participants. And we come together in our work in a variety of ways through that, you through the healthcare sector, and we through the digital and data layer of that sector that we work with, and that touches really all of the themes in which they deliver. So we're very excited to be on stage at the PQMD event, and really delighted to be working with you in an ongoing way.
And I think that all of the organizations represented here at PQMD, including the International Rescue Committee, we need to be in the solutions business. We've got to recognize that governments are in retreat from many big problems, and we need the corporate sector and the NGOs to step up with a real ruthless focus on results.
PQMD is sort of in a microcosm of how to create those kinds of solutions. And the Global Health Policy Forum is always a really stimulating opportunity to think about how to learn from people who've been doing this work on the front lines, an opportunity to share ideas and information about what works, and possibly to think about finding new partners to really put some of these ideas into action.
So I think it's important that we work together, because not one partner can make the agenda successful. So it's really about what do we share about priorities? How do we ensure that country needs are met? How do we ensure that we have successful partnerships? And I think for me, being here really gives me an opportunity to listen to what the private sector is saying, and also contribute to that conversation to make sure that we are all have the same agenda at heart, and our goal is really lasting health change for Africa.
I think PQMD has a unique place in global health. It's a forum where humanitarian organizations and major diagnostics, medicines, vaccines companies can come together and look at areas of common interest and look at how they work together. It started out with a pretty narrow remit, which was to say, how do we manage gifts in kind responsibly and in a way that maximizes their utility? It's turned into this forum, which looks at the much broader issues of how the public sector and the voluntary sector can work hand in hand. And increasingly, it's looking at tripartite arrangements where those two can partner with government to come up with transformative health programs at a local level, at a national level, and at a global level. But I think this kind of informal partnership structure where we're not having to sign memoranda of understanding, we're not having to define down to the last paragraph 1A, subparagraph B, section 3, what we're trying to do together, but we're exploring the possibilities. To me, that's the paradigm for the next decade of work in global health. And that's why I think PQMD is so important.